I was privileged enough to be one of the beta testers of the Prime Scan, so I've been using it for about a year now. And it is an incredible camera that can do so many things. I was impressed right away. So the first time I scanned a patient, it just was a wow experience, because not only is it very fast and accurate, but it scans the palate and soft tissue really well. So we can now impress the whole mouth versus just the teeth and preps. We can now do restorations that we've done before, like inlays, onlays, crowns, and bridges. But now it's going further, because the Prime Scan really accurately impresses all across the arch, not just for a small area. So I can now do implant restorations that are full arch with my Prime Scan. I can now do dentures with my Prime Scan. It is a really fantastic tool to have in your toolbox in the dental office. And so I started scanning, and I was just amazed how quickly it picked up everything. The Omnicam was quick, but I would have to go over the same areas a few times just to get all of the data.
Sure.
With a Prime Scan, you just, as long as you have a smooth flow and you don't bump into things, it just picks it up so easily. And then I noticed, wow, it even does it with the gingival margins, and I kept going, and then all of a sudden you could go across the palate, and it gets it, right? It just gets it. It was really nice to watch. I want the machine to do my work for me and make it accurate, so I don't have to redo cases, right? I don't have to redo cases anymore. When I do full arch implant restorations, I get a passive fit every time, and that predictability results in profitability and in patient satisfaction.
How is it different from other sensors, specifically other Schick sensors?
I think the difference really is in the speed of processing. I think what happens is with a Schick sensor, you get used to the lag time of when it processes the image. And what we've noticed is it processes much faster. What I really love is the detail and the ability to choose how you want your image to appear.
Yeah, I agree with Doug. It seems to be very technique insensitive in that we always get a good picture. And I'm like Doug, I don't really change the settings, but I've showed some of the images to other doctors because I'm in a very busy area. Not saying, that it was a top secret sensor, but they're always impressed by the image quality. Because when it's digital, you can show a patient something on the screen, and you can say, here's this area, and this is a problem, and they see it, and you're done. You don't have to sell anything to them. They understand the problem, and it makes just getting into treatment quicker.
Go digital, and never go back. You can't make a mistake.
Get into it now. There are always the early adapters, then there's the crowd, and then there are the late adapters. The Prime Scan, the early adapters I've already gotten.
Yeah.
Don't be the late adapter.
Yeah.
Be the man in the crowd. And what a better time to invest than now.